Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you do to support this channel. I really appreciate you. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And today I want to shout out Reality Checks Do Heal, Militant Essays, I believe it's Ons, Wilhelmina Keys, Gordon Allen, Love LaBelle Creole, D. Mill, Mr. Reps, and FBA for Life. Thank you so much for your support. And y'all's comments are really important to me. They're important to the algorithm, but they're also important to me because y'all are funny, y'all are intelligent, y'all are intellectual, y'all are inspiring. So I just really enjoy reading your comments. So keep your comments coming because they keep me going. Sometimes when a video has not performed as well as I would like for it to have, somebody will make such an inspiring comment till I'll say, you know what, that video was worth my while. It was worth my while. Even though it didn't get the views that I thought it was going to get, it still touched somebody. So keep your comments coming because they are very good. Y'all, we're going to keep having this conversation about immigrants because people are misinformed about U.S. law. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how the worst racist white person feels about black people. What matters in this country is what is written in law. This country is run by laws. So the white supremacists will have a channel on one of these platforms, and they have underground platforms where they talk about N words all day long. Those people don't write U.S. law. What they're talking about is how they feel. This country is not run on how anybody feels. This country is run on what's written into law. And I think that we are going to have to keep saying this because the immigrants, and it's not just the black immigrants, all of these immigrants came over here thinking that they had the luxury of being Republicans or being independents. They don't, especially if they come here illegally. But even if they are legal, there are so many things written into these laws that you have to know what you're doing when you vote for these people. So I'm going to get into it because the immigrants now are paying a price for not understanding U.S. law. I'm going to let you listen to this man's rant. This is sheer entertainment, but this tells you exactly what I'm talking about. Listen to this.
Nowhere. You would not stay in America. You would not have citizenship. They'd strip that shit from you and get you the fuck up out of here. All that goofy shit y'all claiming is insane. You were given citizenship here. You had to fight for it. You think if they repealed that shit, you would qualify? Y'all stupid. You're not equal to these white people. This is a white country. This is a white country. White rules. White power structure. You are still a guest in a house they made us build. And y'all are doing the same anti-black shit that they do, telling me because my mother's white, I can't call myself black because my father's black. Y'all sound like them. You sound stupid. You sound like one of their fucking...
It's the excitement for me. It's the excitement that gets me every time. Every time somebody posts a video like this addressing black Americans, talking about how we're going to be deported, we're going to lose our citizenship, ICE is racist, they're just deporting all black people, including black Americans, you guys are not safe, you guys are up next. Every time it's like they have this this psychopathic,
I just wanted you to see this unhinged man. Now he's talking about us, about black Americans. Now I guess he thinks he's educating us about white people. We already knew what the situation was. That's why we advocated for other black people to come to this country. But this is what they came here with. The attitude that somehow they were going to be above us. That's what they come here thinking. They think that somehow they're going to be ahead of us in the racial hierarchy, and they're not. And Donald Trump told them from the beginning that he was going to mass deport immigrants. And guess what? They thought he was talking about us. They didn't even think that he was talking about them. In the last election, 36% of immigrants did vote Democrat. 25% voted Republican and 34% independent. Now, why would an immigrant, of whether they were legal or not, vote for Donald Trump when he had already told them he was going to begin mass deportation and he was going to start in Miami? Miami was going to be ground zero. And the reason they didn't feel any fear was because they thought he was talking about Black Americans. They thought he was talking about deporting us. And there again, they don't understand U.S. law. I'm not saying that Donald Trump understands U.S. law all that well, but he understood it enough to know who he was talking about. Because here's a true fact. Many immigrants genuinely believed that deportations were aimed at Black Americans. Across Haitian, Jamaican, Nigerian, Dominican, and Latin American social media spaces, you see recurring beliefs like Black Americans get arrested more, so immigration enforcement will hit them first. Police target Black Americans, not us. We're hardworking, so we're safe. We're not the ones causing crime. These are racial myths imported from abroad. Immigrants often arrive believing that Black Americans are the primary targets of U.S. punishment. Black Americans are the ones who get rounded up. Black Americans are the ones who get locked up. They do not understand that immigration enforcement is a separate system. Immigration enforcement targets foreign-born people, not citizens. Black Americans cannot be deported, and that has caused them anxiety and tears and heartache because they thought they were safe. They thought we were the target. So yes, many immigrants incorrectly assumed that Black Americans were the ones who would face deportation, not them. Now, of course, they were being selfish. They were looking out for themselves, and they were operating from assumption. America is operating on law. Immigration has to do with people who came here as immigrants, not citizens. So they confused immigration status with citizenship status. And you hear things like, well, we're the same, we're the same, we're the same. We're not the same. And they had to learn that the hard way. I don't know where that lie got started, that immigrants don't commit any crimes. Some of those countries emptied out their prisons and sent them to the United States when Joe Biden was letting all of them walk in here free of charge. So I don't know where that lie came from that immigrants don't commit any crimes. And I'm not even going to get started on the Nigerians and the Somalis and the scamming and the stealing and the fake certificates and the fake degrees and the Caribbeans with their fake nursing degrees. These people really think they're smart, and the United States will let them come in here and they will play with them for a while, and then they will expose them and send them out of here. So the best hope that the immigrants had was the Democratic Party, but many of them thought, or apparently thought, that because Black Americans were against Donald Trump, that they should vote for Donald Trump because he was going to deport the Black Americans. So they played themselves. I did that video before. They played themselves. They made a fool out of themselves because they don't know how American law works. So we're citizens. We cannot be deported. And that has just caused so much hurt and misery for immigrants. And the Haitians are now blaming Black Americans because, number one, they don't dare come after the U.S. government. Number two, they don't want to come after their own government from their country because they keep telling us the lie that their country is such a good place, but they don't want to stay there. And they don't want to come after white people because it's an imbalance. Plus, white people are only going to engage them in a very hateful, mean, and racist way. So who's left? Black Americans. But we can take it because at the end of the day, after all is said and done, they're the ones that are going to be deported, not us. By now we know, and we had to learn this the hard way, that many Caribbean and African societies have strong anti Black stereotypes. They have strong class based hierarchies. They have strong colorism, hence the bleaching in all of their countries, and strong beliefs that Black Americans are lazy and criminal. We're responsible for our own suffering, although we're doing better than they're doing by a long ass shot. These beliefs travel with them. So when deportation happens, instead of blaming DHS or ICE or Trump or the immigration courts or their own governments for being sorry and lazy and incompetent and not helping their citizens, they blame us. So let them pay for their own ignorance. They always want to call somebody ignorant and uneducated. Well, so let them pay the price for their own ignorance. Instead of learning about Black Americans, they need to be learning about American law because that's what's going to control what happens to them in this country. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening and have a good day.